So I've been watching a lot of vlogs and a lot of other people's journey and really enjoying them, but I feel like I don't appreciate them as much as appreciate my own journey, which is why I'm here creating a space for my own adventure. So today I start by reviewing my goals and planning them. So you can stay with me if you'd like to do that at the same time as me and see how I do it. So before that, a quick introduction. My name is Lily, I'm 27. I live in Belgium, but I'm moving soon during this year. And I live with my partner and 2 cats, Shadow and Sweetie, they're sisters. I'll show you little pictures. That is very, very cute. Of course, they're moving with me. Excuse me if I do some English mistakes because my first language is French. Maybe sometimes I'll do videos in French. Just by the way, my real name isn't Lily, but my grandma gave me that nickname. So most of my extended family and my English-speaking friends call me that. So I'll stick with this on videos. I'll be talking about what I do for a living or don't do anymore for a living later in the video when I'm planning for my goals. Anyway, so yes. Now let's get into the planning. Yeah, I'll be writing down here and showing you on screen. I'll divide it in 4 categories. Let's do like this. Which, by the way, I already planned my goals in December, but it's just so that I can review them now. And there's a few things that have changed, so I figured I'd redo it now. First category, mental health. Oops. Then we have physical, then skills and career. I also have social goals, but they're just to keep in touch with my friends, so I won't be writing them down here. But if you're also someone who has trouble keeping up with your close ones, one technique, I mean, I guess it's not really a technique, but what I do is I just put it in my calendar. So I put, for example, every 3 weeks, contact this or that person just to see how they're doing. And I find that having in my calendar just makes it so easy. I don't have the sudden stress of having to contact someone because I just remember, oh yeah, it's been 3 months since I haven't talked to them. Maybe I should send a message. And I just don't send a message. And anyways, that was just side note. So let's get back to what we were doing. I'll start with mental health. So my main goal, and I think it's my biggest goal for, at least for me, the most important for this year, will be to gain self-trust. It's not that I don't have any, but I tend to lose it really quickly for various reasons, but I'll talk about it later. I'd like to learn how to fall asleep because it tends to take me hours to fall asleep, and I'd like to just go to bed and sleep right away instead of just, you know, spending so much time thinking about useless stuff and daydreaming and then ending up taking 2 to 3 hours falling asleep, but then I still wake up early and I don't sleep enough. Oh, il ma belle. My third goal in the mental health category will be to have better mental clarity. And this just entails like preventing mind fogs or sugar crashes and things like that. Now, physical health. So I'm actually iron deficient, so I'd like this year to be able to have the good levels of iron because I hate taking the supplements. If you're someone who's taking them, you know, I mean, for me, I'm taking the liquid one because it's the only one I can digest because all the other ones, I threw them up. So, you know, it's just suffering taking those. So I'd like to have to stop taking them in next year. So I have to be consistent with it, basically. I'd like to have good posture. I'd like my hair to grow a lot, but I mean, my aim is for it to reach down my back Obviously, it's not gonna happen in 1 year, especially because my hair grows really slowly. But still, I'd like to take care of it more regularly because I really do the bare minimum right now. I'd like to have a 6-pack. Not even a 6-pack, a 2-pack is fine. I'd like to have a 2-pack. And a sustainable stretching routine, because since I'm mostly sitting most of the time, I really feel like I have to work on my mobility and just, I don't want my body to end up stiff. I'd like to take better care of my skin too, because I have a lot of, I don't know if you can see, but I have a lot of hyperpigmentation. Sometimes when I'm stressed, I kind of scratch, and I have the same on my back, and I just want to be more consistent with my skincare. Yes, the last thing for physical will be to have a closet that I love. I've already started, how do you say? Decluttering. I've already started decluttering, but I haven't started building on it. So I have less clothes than before, but I don't have only clothes that I love. Yes, but it's one of the least important goals for me. Hello, ma belle. Hello. Okay. Next one is skills. I guess she's staying for a bit. Let's start with career, because skills is the most fun, so it's gonna be last. For my career, so I'd like to work a job that really fits me, that really fits my personality. I'm someone who needs a lot of autonomy. I like being home. I need to be able to do technical things, but also creative things. So that's the goal this year, is to build a career or a job where I can do the things that I really enjoy and how I really enjoy doing them, basically. But I already have an idea of what I want to do, but I'll be building on that later when I describe each category, each goal more precisely. Now, the most fun category for me is skills. This year I'd like to reach level B1 of Norwegian, so I think that's considered intermediate. I like to learn how to draw from mind. My focus is mostly to be able to create characters from mind. Like, I don't want to be expert at it, but I just like to be able to do it and enjoy it, and when I see the final result, still be satisfied. The third skill I'd like to learn this year is 3D modeling, and more precisely, I want to learn 3D modeling to be able to do short 3D animations, like really short, a few seconds. I don't think I'll have a good level in 1 year, but I think 1 year is enough to have the basics, probably, as long as I'm consistent with it. And the fourth skill is improving my communication, because I'm just generally not good at communicating my own thoughts, and I'd like to get better at it, even if it's not in my own language. Obviously, I'm a bit better at communicating them in French than I am in English, but I'll be moving countries anyway, so I need to be able to communicate them in another language, and also just be more organized when I try to explain something, and just feel more comfortable with communicating, which is why I'm doing YouTube too, for practice. Arrive that. Voilà. So, now that that's done, I'll be breaking each of them down just so I have a clear idea of those goals and what I'm gonna do to reach them. I'll start with mental health again. Which color was it? PPP, orange. I think people gain self-trust from doing the things they set themselves to do repeatedly and by overcoming obstacles, and that's how, you know, people gain confidence. That's what I don't think you can pretend and then it happen, at least not for me. I already don't know how to pretend to be confident. It's something I need to gain, okay? I need to gain self-trust, and for that I need to do stuff. So my issue is that I tend to lose self-trust because I procrastinate a lot, and when I set, let's say, a date for a goal, I tend to not procrastinate reaching it, but I work on it, but not as much as I would have imagined working on it. So I achieve it, but much later. And I tend to just forget all the effort I put, and I don't internalize the effort I put in it. So it's like, okay, I did achieve the goal, but not the way I wanted to, so it doesn't count, which is a stupid way to think. Anyway, posture. Yes, so I'm not disciplined per se, but I'm not undisciplined either. I still do things. I just have periods of procrastination. So I think the first thing I need to practice is discipline. So how do I practice discipline? Well, it's going to be, I think, through all my other goals, because the other goals will require me to build habits, to study regularly. So I think that's the way I'll be practicing discipline. But I also have those cards for habits. So I have 30-day ones and 100-day ones that I put in my weekly planner so that I can see it every day. I'll be tracking with that, and I'm also using an app. Maybe I'll share it here so you can see. So through practicing discipline and learning new skills and really focusing on doing the things I've set myself to do, and also by filming this journey, my own journey, and be able to watch where I was, how I'm going to get where I'll be. Hopefully that'll be enough to make me gain some self-trust. Also doing those videos, they're quite something I'm uncomfortable with, so I'm hoping that putting myself in an uncomfortable situation and still doing it, even if I'm not doing it perfectly, I hope that'll help me gain some confidence, just to, you know, even if I assume it's only friends and family watching this, it's still a hard thing to do for me, okay? So be nice. So I think that's it for gaining trust, for a better sleep. For a better sleep, I've already started waking up only with my sunrise alarm, which really helps, because otherwise I would wake up in a very murderous mood. So sunrise clock already help instead of waking up with loud noises, which just put me in a bad mood. And I generally don't wake up in a good mood, by the way. But that's for the waking up part. For falling asleep, I think what I need to do is to do breathing exercises, posture. I need to do breathing exercises to fall asleep, and just that, not be on my phone, not daydreaming, just do some sort of meditating until I fall asleep. Yes. I don't want any phones in bed, any screens in bed, and I think reading a fiction book could help me disconnect from the rest of my day. Like if I had anything stressful, maybe will just help me put me in another mindset. For the reading, I'll only allow myself to read one chapter, because if I'm really enjoying the book, I will want to read 10 chapters, and that will stop me from sleeping. But yes, I think I can do it with just one chapter a night. I guess the next point is kind of related to this, but to better sleep is mental clarity, because I can't have mental clarity if I don't sleep enough. My biggest problem is using digital dopamine and food for emotional management. Food, I stopped doing it as much as I used to before, but I still sometimes reach for YouTube or, I don't know, animes when I feel overwhelmed with something or when I'm overthinking, and I'd like to stop doing that. For example, I already started reducing how much I use my screens or how much I'm on YouTube or watching series in December. But since I started doing that, there was one day during the holidays where I was really stressed with, I don't even remember what it was for, but I was really stressed with something and I was overthinking it. And my first thought was, oh, I'm gonna watch a series or something to distract myself from my thoughts. But since I told myself that I couldn't do that, it lasted for hours. I was spiraling. I didn't know what to do. But eventually I calmed down. My boyfriend just made me talk it out, talk about just something else, and I ended up calming down and being able to fall asleep. But normally I would just watch something to distract myself. And yeah, I'd like to not do that. So the idea is to journal most days, just so I can manage my emotions, even if nothing happened during the day or I'm not feeling a particular way. Just the habit of taking my journal and writing down how I feel, or even just what happened during the day. I think that's just a good habit to have for emotional management. I think it's something most people don't think about, but music really affects your emotions. At least for me, it's really it's as much as watching a movie, but it happens in 3 minutes, It puts me in an emotion that I'm not really feeling, and it tires me out, and I don't necessarily realize it because I'm just enjoying music. So that's something I had already done. I only listen to music on occasion, I do listen to music, but it's mostly Nintendo music or just background music or slice of life anime music for the mood. That one I let myself listen to it anytime. But music that has lyrics and things that I really enjoy listening to for the emotions, I only listen to that on occasions. Usually, for example, when my boyfriend makes crepes, what is it in English? The French pancakes. When he makes them, while he's making them, we usually put a vinyl on to listen to those kind of music. I have Hans Zimmer, I have Aurora, things are a bit more emotional for me at least. Or sometimes I really want to watch a live, then I make it an event. I'll have something to eat, something to drink, and then I'll watch the live. But I don't do it on the daily. Sometimes I'll do it, for example, when I work out, I listen to music that gives me a lot of energy. Or when I just walk in the street, then sometimes I listen to music. But I try most of the time to listen to background music, just so that it doesn't affect me too much. And background music or happy music. Yeah. Now, in terms of digital dopamine, I track the days I watch series, because usually my issue is not even gaming or something, it's watching YouTube or watching an anime or series. So I track the days I watch a series or a video in general when I'm not supposed to. I have a set of rules. So I only watch something while I eat, or if I made it an event. So let's say I want to watch a movie, then I'll put in my planner, that day I'm watching that movie, so it's an event. So I allow myself to do that. Or when I'm watching with my partner, on our house dates. For video games, I don't really have an issue. I like to play, but it tires me out to play, so I usually stop playing really quickly. So I didn't put any rules on that because I have no issue stopping myself to play. Now, another thing that really affects mental clarity is sugar crashes. I already eat less sugar than before, I definitely do, but sometimes I overeat and it ends up giving me a really big crash and I just need to sleep. I cannot just not sleep. I will lay on my desk like this and just sleep because so I need to be mindful of not overeating. And also after eating, I think I'll do something that makes me move, so maybe clean up a bit, 5 to 10 minutes. I think it'll help me with sugar crashes. So yes, it's a bit messy, but I understand myself. I think we're done for mental clarity and just mental health in general. So we'll move to the next category, and that is physical. So I won't be breaking them all of them down, but for iron, I just have to be consistent with it. Like tomorrow I have a doctor's appointment, so she'll renew my prescription for that. Good posture. I honestly don't know what to do for that. I think I just need to build my core muscle and it'll just be easier to hold my posture on a day-to-day basis, because I'm in front of the computer a lot, so I always end up like basically like this and bloop, 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 bloop. And it's very bad for my back and my hip, and I feel like I'm getting older way too fast and I don't like it. So for posture, I'll focus on building core muscles, and for that, wait, this one I'll write down. I'll group posture and abs. So the goal is to go to the gym at least 3 times a week. Like, I'd like to go 4 or 5 times a week, but I'll start with 3, especially in the winter. I never want to go out of the house ever. And at home, like the rest of the days, I'll probably do home workout. And by home workout, I'll probably, like, nothing set in stone, but let's say I really tired myself out at the gym, then at home I will only be stretching and maybe doing some yoga or something like that. And on days I'm not too tired, then I can maybe do abdominal exercises or other things like that. But I don't set anything in stone. I will just listen to my body and see how I feel on the day. Obviously, if I want to be able to see my abs, I need to eat better, but I already think I eat pretty okay, so I'm not gonna touch that too much. I think I'll focus on building muscle, and I think in terms of nutrition, I'm already doing a pretty good job. What else? Stretching routine, okay. I think I want to stretch like before going to bed, like obviously after working out, but also before going to bed, because I probably work out in the morning and stretch in the morning, but then I will spend the whole day sitting probably, and I'll probably need a good stretching at night. I'm assuming it's gonna relax me, help me prepare for bed. So I think in the evening is a good time to do it, and 5 minutes. I'll give myself 5 minutes, because if I do something more like a yoga, I like doing some yoga routines. There's a channel whose videos I like a lot, but they're usually 30 minutes. I mean, the videos that I like, they're usually 30 minutes, and it's hard for me to get the motivation in the evening to do that. For the consistent skincare, I'll just be tracking it in my tracker on my phone. So I'll be tracking evening and morning skincare routine for my face, and then once a day for my body. Now for hair growth, I think already one thing that will affect it will be my iron levels. I believe it has an effect on your hair growth. So already taking it regularly will help, eating healthy will help, and I want to do deep care with essential oils. Maybe I'll start by saying once a month, because I really don't enjoy taking time to take care of my hair. It's a pain to me. Maybe I'll enjoy it. Yes, so let's say once a month deep hair care with essential oils. And then maybe if I enjoy it, I can do twice a month, and then maybe once a week. But I'll start with once a month. And I think the last one is have a closet that I love. And that is just, I probably just need to declutter some more. I want to find the colors that suit me and that I tend to gravitate toward, and the shapes. So I'll probably try to be a bit more experimental with my outfits, but try to keep as much as possible the clothes that I already have. I don't want to buy too much. Yes. Next, career. For my career, I already know what I want. As I said before, I need to have a job where I have autonomy, but that I can also use technical skills, and I can also be creative and work from home and have either early hours or flexible hours. You may think it's a lot of criteria, but if it's something I'm gonna do most of my life, I'd like it to match me, you know? So for that, I think the what would fit me the most would be to have my own business, at least be independent. So this year will be focused on building that business. I'm not gonna tell you here what it's going to be. but probably in later videos. And no, it's not YouTube. Just for some background info, I'm a developer. I'm a mobile app developer, and I do really enjoy doing that, but I realized that I don't want to be doing that full time. Just, I don't know. I can do it part-time, but full-time, no. I can't just be doing just that. So last year I quit, not just for that reason, for a lot of other reasons, which I'm not gonna discuss here. But I quit last year, and I kind of felt like till then I was putting a lot of effort trying to find a job that I would enjoy, but also that, let's say, society in general would have nothing to say bad about, you know? Like, it's a job that pays well and that's secure, but I don't know if I want to give up my needs in a job for security, because a job is your daily life, literally. Like, you do that most of your day. If you don't really enjoy it, or at least somewhat enjoy it, then for me, I don't think it's worth it. I know for some people, the financial aspect of things is a lot more important. But right now, I want to take my time and develop a career that I will really enjoy, because I'm not in a financial need right now. I have enough savings to last for a few years without working. Why am I putting myself pressure to find a job that I won't truly enjoy? So this year I'm taking my time to develop a career that fits me. Yes, but that's it for a career. So essentially there's nothing there. Now skills, the most fun part, because I enjoy learning new things. So first, with the most obvious one, is communication. Hello, Mabel. She's back. The cat is back. I think doing videos where I talk will help immensely for my, like, even doing this video is so hard. Like, even though I wrote down everything I was going to say, obviously I'm not reading off of it, I'm just kind of like using bullet points for this, but just making a sentence is so hard, and also watching myself talk is really hard. But I think it'll help me practice a lot. So for communication, it's gonna be YouTube. The next skill is Norwegian. I'll be listening to podcasts just so that I get used to the sound of the language. I feel like that's very important. By the way, I usually have no difficulties learning a language, because I don't know, I feel like if you speak already multiple languages, it just gets easier. And for me, I already speak French, English, Portuguese. I have beginner to intermediate level of Korean, and I'm pretty good at understanding Japanese just from all the animes I've watched since I was a kid. Really listening to the language since you're very young really helps understanding the language. So I cannot speak it at all. I can understand it to a certain level. My brother can speak it and sometimes will speak to me just to practice, because I can still understand some of it. But anyways, all that to say that I'm pretty good with languages, so Norwegian will not be a hard one to learn. I will be listening to podcasts just to get used to the language, because I consume nothing Norwegian. Like, I have to explicitly search for the thing I'm gonna listen to. It's not like English where I can just watch a series. Like, most series I've watched are in English, songs are in English. It's not the same. So for anyone learning a language, even if you don't understand it, listen to it. It will help. As you start learning vocabulary, you'll slowly start being able to separate the words in a sentence you're hearing, so it's good practice. I also have a book for all grammatical things, so I'll be using that too. Like, the book itself is from beginner to B1, so to intermediate level. So I think once I'm done with that book and I've practiced enough of the things that I've learned in that book, I'll be at a good level. And the other thing I'll do once I have an okay level, I think I'll practice speaking, probably by making videos and obviously putting subtitles on them, but I think it will be a good way to force me to speak. Thankfully, my boyfriend is learning the language too, so I'll be able to practice speaking with him too, just to be able to use a wider range of vocabulary. I feel like making videos on any subject in said language, so Norwegian in this case, will help me a lot practice. I'll only be doing that once I feel like I can make full sentences about certain subjects. So that's it for Norwegian. The actual goal for drawing, as I've said earlier, is just to be able to draw characters from mind, obviously with references, but I'd like to be able to create something, and that when I look at it, it's close enough to what I was thinking about. So I've already started practicing, but it's gonna take time, and all I can do is practice. So I probably won't be able to draw every day, but I'll aim to draw at least 3 times a day for longer sessions, just so I can focus on one thing in particular. For example, just drawing faces at a certain angle, and maybe from time to time try to just create from mind. Yes, but that's it for drawing. And for 3D modeling and animation, I put them together because the animation part, I will only do it once I feel somewhat comfortable with the basics of 3D modeling. And also I'll be using the same software. I'll be using Blender. I already have the basics of the basics, but I don't necessarily feel comfortable with it just yet. So yes, so here's how I'm going to divide my time to practice those skills. Obviously right now I don't have a job, so I have more time than most people, but I'll tell you how I used to do it before when I had a full-time job, but it definitely requires a lot more willpower and discipline, because before I would wake up at 5, I still do when I don't go to bed too late. I still prefer waking up at 5, but I would wake up at 5 and then I would have 1 hour to get ready and then 1 hour to study something and then go to work. And because I know that at night I really don't have the energy. When I come back from work, I really don't have the energy for that. Like sometimes after work, I would go work out, and as I come back from workout, I sleep. When you work, you definitely either give up on your weekends and then you study on your weekends or practice on your weekends, or you have enough discipline and willpower to study after work or before work. But since I don't have work right now, usually that's how my day is going. I'll be making another video more in detail for how I plan my days and my weeks. If you're interested, watch it after. In general, I wake up at 5. I do my morning stuff, like feeding the cat, stretching, doing some chores. Then I go to the gym. If I'm doing a home workout, I usually have more time. But if I'm going to the gym, I usually come back quite late. So I'll have deep work usually for 2.5 hours. And then I will eat, do some simple tasks like either chores or maybe I have admin work and stuff that doesn't take long basically. And then again, I have deep work for 2 hours and 30 minutes. No, usually actually it's more like 3 hours. So what I'll do is in the morning, I do the hardest thing for me to study, because that's when I'm probably most motivated to do it. And then in the afternoon, I'll do the thing that's easier for me, because then it doesn't feel like a big obstacle, like a big task in the afternoon. That means usually in the morning, I'll either do 3D modeling or YouTube because it's so hard to talk so much. My throat hurts right now. It's been 1 hour, 30 minutes. That's it for everything. Now that I'm done with this, I'll be doing my February goal, because obviously this is my goals for the year. They need to be broken down. Usually what I do is I have 3 main focus every month, and I do a quarterly focus, and then at the end of the year I also do a review. So February. By the way, all the things I wrote here, I put it in Notion. I'm using a template from someone that that I modified a bit. If I find it back, I'll share it with you. Or maybe I saw the template and I thought, oh, I'll do something like this too, because I had to pay for it. Yes. But anyways, I limit myself to 3 focus points per month. So this month, I think the most important one will be mental clarity, because it make all my other goals later on easier. And for mental clarity, the goal is to focus on doing breathing exercises to fall asleep. I have a tracker, like the watch tracks my sleep, so I can tell how long I've slept. And since I want to wake up every day at the same time, but I don't master the art of falling asleep yet, I won't be using that as a goal metric, let's say. My focus will just be on doing breathing exercises to fall asleep. The second goal will be to go to the gym 3 times a week. So I won't think about, like, if I think about it, I'll do it, the home workout, but I think once I start going to the gym more regularly, because especially since the holidays, I've been not going much. Before the holidays, yes, but yeah. Yes, so the goal will be to go to the gym 3 times a week. And if I feel like it, obviously I can go more times or do the home workout, but I won't be measuring that this month. And the third goal will be to avoid digital dopamine. And for that, I use a tracker. And that's that for February. And yes, by the way, I've set those 3 focus for this month, but it doesn't mean that I'm not gonna be working on my other goals. I will be studying, I just won't be measuring it. And probably in later month, I might set focus points for the other goals. But yeah, it doesn't mean I'm not working on them too. We're done. In the next video, I'll be sharing how I set my routine to manage my energy throughout the day to avoid exhaustion in the long run, and also how I plan my weeks and my days. And voila! As you can see, I named this video A Shadow's Diary because this channel is for me to record my adventure and the decisions that I take. So I'll probably be sharing vlogs, probably silent ones also, because I like watching those. Also videos of my thoughts on things, and maybe even videos of my cats, because they deserve to be loved by everyone. Isn't it right, sweetie? Yes, you agree. She agrees. And voila! Bye-bye.